Hello and welcome to episode 20 of Things I've Learned from Barry Harris. Today I thought we would go over the first 4 bars of I Got Rhythm or rhythm changes. I thought since most of them are written in B, it's either B flat, F, or C, or even E flat sometimes, but I thought maybe we'd do it in E flat. We'll talk about what scales Barry talks about using there. We'll talk about some of the substitutions and some of the little movements, and we'll see how it goes. So first, I Got Rhythm in B flat is going to be B flat major up, B flat major scale up, and remember Barry only does the scale up to the major 7. Then it's going to be F7 up, again up, only up to the 7, tonic to 7. And then it's going to be again B flat major up, and then F7 up. So if we were going to do it in tempo, this is what it would sound like. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, that's just the first 4 bars. So within that, though, there are a lot of things happening. A lot of things happen. Sometimes Barry says that the first part usually is just B flat major to F7, and then you do something to bring in the third of the G7, because the chords that are being played behind it are, and now 3, 6, 2, 5. So what he'll do is maybe he'll play a very easy phrase for B flat, maybe further than that, but that's the idea behind it. Another thing that he does is, well, let's take a few more of those. So B flat major, maybe another one, or maybe now that was something different. That one was B flat major, then to F7. And then a lot of times you'll hear people play this, instead of 3 to 6 to 2 to 5, they'll play 3, flat 3, then to 2. So they'll do a chromatic rundown. So what this is D minor 7 to C sharp minor 7 to C minor 7 to F7. So if we were going to play D minor 7, that has 4 notes in it. So Barry will say, okay, well, let's play them all up. D minor 7 up, C sharp minor 7 up, and then C minor 7 up, and end on the third of F7. So let's see what that sounds like. Now maybe let's do one up, the second one down, the third one up. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now maybe let's do the first one down, the second one up, the third one down. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm sorry. Down, up, down. So that's nice too. Maybe the first 2 up and the last one down. Nice. Another way you can practice it is he sees these, D minor 7, as 2 things. It's a D minor triad. So that means all your D minor things. That's your D minor arpeggio. But he also sees it as, within the D minor 7 is D minor, but it's also F major triad. So because of that, you could do D minor arpeggio, C sharp minor arpeggio, C minor arpeggio, F7. You can play F major arpeggio, E major arpeggio, E flat major arpeggio, into F. So those are all different things to practice. And like we practiced D minor 7 up, then C sharp or D flat minor 7 down, and then C minor 7 up, you do the same thing with the arpeggios. So maybe we'll do the arpeggio from the root. Or we'll do maybe from the third, the arpeggio from the third, which is, so it's still the D minor, but it's starting from third, and you're going to play third, fifth, tonic, and then minor third again. Let's do it from the fifth. So let's try that again, which would be from the fifth. So we did it from the root, from the third, and from the fifth. Now you could do the same thing we were doing. Let's do them down. One up. That's a nice one too. Again, all these, and then maybe do a run into it, like. That's nice too. Sometimes you just play one of them down. And instead of playing it up, maybe just play 2 notes of the next one. So let's see. Now that's for just D minor. Now we can do the same thing, but with F major. So here's F major. That's a nice one too. Let's do F major from the third, which would be this. So now here we have F major. If we invert the arpeggio, it's this. So we'll do that one. And remember, these are coming in the third and fourth bar. So it would be. That was the minor, but I did this instead, so let's do the major, the F major. That's a nice one too. Let's invert the F major again. We did it from the root, we did it from the third, let's do it from the fifth. So let's do that one. That's a nice one too. From the fifth. And again, we'll do one up. Let's do them all up. That's a nice one too. Let's do the first one down, the next one up. So. And again, you don't have to do all of them each way. You maybe do one. Let's see. But those are nice little ways to get around it. Now, the first 2 bars, I didn't want to glance over the first 2 bars. The first 2 bars are also interesting because not only can you just play, sometimes you'll hear them just play a B flat major phrase. That was I went into the D minors, into the minor things. So sometimes you could just play a pretty B flat major phrase running into the next. But sometimes you could do our change, which was the first, which we talked about in an earlier episode about the blues, of this change, which is like B flat 6, and then we're going to go into E flat 6 to E diminished. So let's see what that sounds like. So B flat 6 is this. Oh, I'm sorry. That's B flat 6. Here's it inverted. Here's it inverted. And the last inversion. So that's all of them. And then here's E flat 6. Here it is inverted. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the E diminished. So here's the E flat 6. Here's another one. E flat 6. Here's another E flat 6, and the last one. Those are all E flat 6. And then, obviously, diminish. So now you have to figure out cool little ways to play that first 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Except instead of playing that, you're thinking this. Further than that, but that's, so if we take, let's do that idea of the B flat. Let's start from the third of B flat. So let's try it again. 1, 2. That was just going down. Once again, F major down to the E major down to E flat major. So you see I'm trying to throw all these different things in at the same time. Let's try it from the fifth. So now that was just running down to the third of. But after I played the first part, which was this change. So look at all those things within the first 4 bars. And we haven't even talked about tritone. So really, the first part of the song can be B flat major up, and instead of F7 up, we could play B7 up. So how would we play phrases around that? Let's see. So let's say, let's see. Let's try a nice one than that. Let's see. 1. So that's one nice way to do it, or just start. That's a nice one right into it. Let's see. Now that was a little bit longer then, but still you get the idea of just the first 4 bars. Also, we said, which is the part, the second, which is the third and fourth part when we say. But sometimes you can do B flat major, and instead of G7, you can play G7's tritone, which is C sharp 7. Yeah, C sharp 7. So, or D flat 7. So then you can run B flat major into C sharp 7, running it into F7 after that, or C minor F7. So it would be like so let's see. I don't like that one particularly, but let's try it another one. 1, 2. That's a nice one too. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see all the different things within just the first four bars. It's limitless. How many different ways you can play it. And obviously it's a fast song. So you're going to want to work a lot of these out, but not work them out like you're going to play these verbatim, but work them out like you want to be comfortable within those changes. So you have just the 1 chord to the 5 chord, or B flat major to F7, and then we were thinking B flat major to F7 or B flat major to B7. And then after that, the next 2 bars, we were thinking that our half step run, which was D minor or D minor 7 down to C sharp minor 7 down to C minor 7, which we discussed was D minor 7 is a D minor. It consists of a D minor arpeggio or triad and an F major arpeggio triad. So you have D minor or F major, C sharp minor or E major, C minor to E flat major. So those are all little things within the first 4 bars. I would love to hear your comments on how you've tackled it or how you plan on approaching it yourself, and maybe some suggestions on how I can make this more understandable to you. But like I've said in previous episodes, this is the kind of thing that if you were in Barry's class, you could he'll talk about just this movement. He'll talk about that movement. He could talk about that for 2 hours and just do one phrase after another phrase after another phrase, create